Anyway, belated YouTube intro. This is part 3 of Crown of the Ivory Kings DLC. We were sending some bots or some scammers to the sin bin, so it put me like 5 minutes behind. What are we at? Live for 7 minutes, yeah, like 5 minutes behind. I apologize for clearing my throat. I'm drinking cold water, which is a big no-no because it causes mucus buildup in the back of your throat, but it's what I had on hand. I forgot to brew a bottle of tea. Bottle of tea. Mug of tea. 262 deaths worldwide. We're back to where we were. There's like 2 bosses left in this DLC, but there's a whole lot of enemies that need the killing. And we have the areas that we unlocked with the frozen enemies. But also I want to go backwards to spawn because all the ice broke and I didn't check if that changed anything back here. I don't think there was any special ice this way. Doesn't look to be. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna teleport to... There are 2 more bonfires. Oh my god. I know where one of them is. I think in the frozen hellscape, there is a bonfire down in, like, a house. I'm also nowhere near all the souls I dropped, so my souls are up in the rafters in this wall. We're inside the wall right now. Oh, we're just gonna... Okay, sweet. That soul went to the golem. What do you do, golem? Oh, you want to fight. You want to throw hands. I can dig it. Oh, you don't get poisoned. Unless I don't have poison arrows. No, those are poison arrows. Ow. Oh, you're kidding. Take my lumps. Oh, that's right. These guys get poisoned in 3. Are you close enough to turn the golem on? No. You're close enough to turn the golem on? Okay. That went through a wall. Thanks, Dark Souls. Oh. Okay, everything about the situation just went bad. Reevaluating my life. Stop being in front of that man. I need him to die. Oh, he took my souls away and didn't give them back. Symbol of avarice. Finally. Sorry for yelling. Okay, I need to put on my butterfly pants because a lot of mimics were frozen. Oh, in case you're wondering what the symbol of avarice is because you've never seen it. There it is. Headpiece depicting the avarice creature that mimics treasure chests, increases soul absorption and item discovery, but steadily drains your HP. It's one of those there are mitigating factors items. Like you can spec fully into regen through Red Eye Ring, Ring of Restoration, and the like. Okay, we're gonna get down to 1. We're not going to get down to 1 because I forgot they have all the hyper armor in the world. Also, rip however many souls I just lost. But now we get to see a few things. So these golems come back. Which provides an interesting puzzle of I now have to figure out how to... Can I despawn the golems? Okay. That's 2 golem kills. That's a possibility. So what we're gonna do, because both of these retainers should despawn. I hope. So we're going to despawn both of these retainers one by one. And see if that causes the golem to despawn. Because if it does, it means the upstairs room is now a very slow dance. Okay, discovery phase. Why do we keep killing this nerd? Because it has to be done eventually anyway. So let's just get it out of the way now. So what games have you been playing recently, Bobby? You're like everything I hate about an enemy. You have just a really bulky hitbox. There's an area where I have to despawn a series of flexile sentries. That just came back to me. Not happy about that remembrance. So we're 13 minutes in. I'm going to say something right now that's about to lose all of the viewership for the video. Started playing Elden Ring, because I own it and I've just never played it. The thought process was years ago, Colin and I would use the seamless cooperative mod and just do a co-op of it. But we've just never done it. So, downloaded it, started playing it, and I just don't like it. I miss my corridors. Dark Souls is a game about walking down hallways, and when you run out of hallways to walk down, you murder some people. Or you get murdered by the people, because at the end of your hallway is a boss. Elden Ring is fun, but it's too much. I think the changes to the combat, like the FP system that was introduced in Dark Souls 3, the way spells work, the way armaments work, is all good, but the open world, there just wasn't, it didn't add anything. Like, instead of me walking through a very well set-pieced village to start Dark Souls 3, there's a town in the distance. I can take the roads to the town. But the town is like 6 houses with some stairs leading down to a chest. The feeling of enemy density is really weird. And the enemies that you do run into give you, like, negative souls. They might as well be taking souls away from you to fight them. The off-scaling world bosses that just appear, like the tree sentinels, how they greet you in the game. Which, you know, you could argue the tree sentinel greeting you at the start of the game is how they start Demon Souls, how they start Dark Souls 1, how they start Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 2 is the only Dark Souls game that doesn't open with a hard-as-balls boss fight. But in Elden Ring, before the Tree Sentinel, there's another scripted death boss fight. You're expected to lose to that first dude who jumps over the statue of Malika. Next to the aforementioned town I was talking to, there's a time-sensitive boss, Knight's Cavalry. Really cool concept. But, like, what are we doing? I think losing the thread of tight level design to go open world is always a gamble, and I think it rarely pays off. It's another good example of going from tight level-based design to open world or pseudo-open world. Plague's Tale. Plague's Tale went from a linear world to a pseudo-open world, or was it just straight open world? I don't remember. And it suffered for it. It's a lot harder to script in a tense design moment when it's open world and I can approach the situation from every direction under the sun. Oh, hey, proxy. Like, this fight with this golem, the room to get into this fight, I have exactly one direction I can approach from, to my knowledge. Go away. Get out of here with that. Elden Ring was actually well, From Software was super late to the, I guess we should make it open world thing. I'd have to pull up some release dates, but your biggest example of, I guess we'll just make it an open world thing, is Dynasty Warriors 9. And Dynasty Warriors 9 was bad. Bad's the word. Breath of the Wild was first, but Breath of the Wild is Nintendo doing the thing that Nintendo does for Mario. But what if we tried it for Zelda? Which is, we're gonna reinvent the wheel every game. Any studio that looks at Zelda doing something and succeeding and then deciding to copy it is a fool, because Zelda fans are rabid. That's not a safe barometer by any means. That bitch is still filled with mercury. They haven't switched over to red dyed alcohol yet. That's the boomer Zelda opinion. I believe it is the correct Zelda opinion. That Breath of the Wild was such a far departure from the formula. Even by open world Zelda standards set on the N64 with their pseudo open world. What did Patty say? Breath of the Wild is the best Ubisoft game Nintendo's ever made. The fact that that golem despawned has made me so upset. Patty hates Breath of the Wild as a Zelda game. Now, for reference to people watching this who don't have a point of reference on why Patty hates Breath of the Wild as a Zelda game, Patty has done at least one event where he beat every single Zelda game because the man loves the Zelda franchise. Yes, it was called Maester Sword Month. Spoilers, it was longer than the month of May. It lasted until July. Yeah, his month was a good Roman month where it was 60 days long. That's a very specific history joke where they tried to fix the non-existence of leap year. You've now been educated. You can't take that back. I need one of you to come over here and die. You think that was the prep for Breath of the Wild? I thought Breath of the Wild was like a February release. Unless he did it the year before. I don't know. When Horizon Zero Dawn come out? Also, I want to give huge shout-outs to Guerrilla for leaking the release date of Breath of the Wild and then Tears of the Kingdom by announcing Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West the week before. ...2017 for Horizon Zero Dawn. And a solid week before Tears of the Kingdom or some shit. It was funny both times. Welcome back from the ad break. Oh god, get out of there, Wallfell. He's too big, you're too small. You can't win this fight. He has the tall ground. And his shins were exposed. Ow! I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, you die, because I just need you to go away. You're not helping the cause. Okay. Well, lads, this hallway is what I like to call shit. But this lad right here with the sword... Come on. Come on, lad. I cannot believe this is the strategy I'm employing. I can't believe it didn't work.